like that in spiritual life as well. You need a teacher who's highly qualified. By following these instructions, then you also become qualified. It's a soul because that's eternal, that's the eternal life. The other life has to be there because we have to take care of the body and the family and all those responsible things. But that is only the temporary life. It's the life of the body. So when the body dies, what happens? Soul. Well, where is the soul going to go? It depends on how he's used the body, or how she's used the body. Depends how the body's been used. Depends what you've done in terms of spiritual activity. So the body is very good. You can use it for material activity, or you can use it for spiritual activity. I'm satisfied. It doesn't matter how much money and how much influence you have in the world, or how many cars or cameras or laptops you have. Because you see that people who are very rich, who can have all these things to the max, they're not happy, they're not satisfied, they're not peaceful. You see, many Western people have got a lot of money. There's plenty of people who have just got so many credit cards, so much money, but they're not happy, they're stressed, they're having divorce, they're just like, they have health problems because their heart is so tense. It's like, money doesn't make you peaceful and happy, but what makes you peaceful and happy is to live on the platform of the soul, is to connect with the real self, with Krishna. Because that's who we are, we're part of Krishna, we're naturally relating with him. We can't neglect Krishna and expect to be happy.
I know a few of my friends who are following Paramahansa Yoga and Kriya Yoga path.
Yeah.
Then we have ISKCON, this path. Like many of us are aware of all these different paths.
Yeah.
But then which direction to follow?
Well,
they are all spiritual paths, direction.
Yeah. So you can.
So how would one know? And there may be maybe many other. So, which path and which direction to follow?
It's described as a yoga ladder. Yeah, there's a yoga ladder. So there are different rungs on the yoga ladder. Yeah. So there's karma yoga, there's ashtanga yoga, there's jnana yoga, bhakti yoga. So, if you have the chance to practice the highest kind, that's the kind you should practice.
No.
Somebody practicing karma yoga or kriya yoga, they will get to bhakti yoga. But chanting Hare Krishna, that's already bhakti yoga. You've already surpassed. It's like if you have a big building, a skyscraper building. Yeah, somebody may start walking up the stairs, right? And how long is it going to take to get to the top of a 300-story building? It's going to take them a long time. But if somebody goes in the elevator, right? Somebody goes in the lift, they get to the top. 30 seconds, so at the top. So chanting Hare Krishna is like that. It's the express, it's the fast lane.
Why is that?
Why? It's because it's directly the names of Krishna. When you chant Krishna's names directly, you're immediately in touch with Krishna. Yeah? So when you hear from the pure devotee, it's non-different to Krishna. So these other paths, they may be nice things to do, maybe interesting, maybe intellectually stimulating, maybe, dovetailing so many things, but actually, if you really want spiritual purification, this is the process. Prabhupada explains that this is the fastest way to realize yourself. So you have to put it into practice. You have to try it. Just, like you give a free sample of some software or something. Just try for a month. Just try it. Just try to get some beads. Just chant Hare Krishna every day for 1 month. And then you can reject it if you don't find it. And if you don't find some result, you can reject it.
As per I know, we need spiritual mastery.
Yes.
So how do I choose, that spiritual mastery is perfect for me, or it's not perfect, or should I take initiation from this person or that person, because today are so many. Yeah. So how do I recognize, how do we recognize whom to choose as spiritual master to make progress in our spiritual life?
Well, there are symptoms of the spiritual master, right? The symptoms of somebody who should be qualified. But initially you can accept Srila Prabhupada. You can accept him because he's what's called the founder acharya, the acharya of the whole of ISKCON. So anybody comes to ISKCON, they naturally take shelter of him and then follow his instructions, and then in due course of time, Krishna will send your own personal guru who's a disciple of Srila Prabhupada or a disciple of a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. If you read the Nectar of Devotion, it tells you there, some of the things that the spiritual master, you should have realized the full import of the scriptures. You should be following all the instructions of the scriptures. You should be able to convince others of the scriptures. You should be an exemplar, And you have to observe somebody for at least a year. You observe him, and he also observes you as a potential disciple. But that's further on down the line. The first thing, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. So the first step is to make up some spiritual practice that you can follow every day, a little. So a little what they call sadhana. Sadhana.
Related to this question only, that do you think that following one guru, one spiritual master, suppose that spiritual master might have been also some kind of limit that, okay, after this he will say that I am this much only, after that you need to find something more. So do you think that we should, like after reaching a level, if we see that, okay, yeah, guru has limitation now.
Yeah.
So
well, it's not, you see, you do need to have a qualified guru, but if you read Srila Prabhupada's books, you'll be convinced, you'll start to be convinced of his bona fidity, right, of his potency.
No, that's not, but
if you follow a follower of Srila Prabhupada, he may not be up to the same level as Srila Prabhupada. But you see, the thing is that it's not actually the spiritual master that directly delivers the disciple. It's Krishna that delivers the disciple. Krishna sees, oh, this man or this spirit soul, he's serving sincerely. He's doing his best. He's following his guru to his best ability. And then Krishna gives in the heart, right? It gives the purification in the heart, gives the spiritual understanding.